and that will take you straight to your WordPress dashboard. Now normally you're just going to have to put in your URL of your site and then put a / and then wp-admin and then log in with your admin username and password. Now before we get started setting up our site, here is a blog post on my wphowtos.com site that you may find helpful. It started out as just a way to list some WordPress plugins that I use and recommend, and we are going to go over WordPress plugins a little bit later in the video, but I've started adding more resources to it, so you may find it helpful. There's some sources for royalty-free images, and I even started a simple little checklist down here. This stuff is pretty basic we're going over, but you may find it helpful to have a little checklist when you're first getting started with WordPress, so check out the blog post. Alright, let's go back to our dashboard. And the first thing we are going to take care of, we're going to hover over settings and then click on permalinks. And actually, before we change our permalink settings, let's take a look at our site as it is right now, and I'll show you what permalinks are if you don't already know. Here's our site as it is right now, just using the default WordPress theme at the time of this video, which is the 2017. If we scroll down here, here's the default Hello World blog post. I'll go ahead and click on it. And right up here in the URL, you notice all this stuff, the date, the year, and the month, and the day, and then Hello World. That is what is called your permalinks. Let's go back to our permalink settings, and we are going to change our permalinks just to the plain post name permalink setting. We'll go down and save changes, go back to our site, and refresh the tab first of all. Click on Hello World post again. Now you notice it got rid of the day and the year and all that. Now it just has the post name, and that's what we want. Alright, now let's hover over users and click on your profile. And there's some different settings you can check out. You can disable the visual editor. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Change your admin color scheme. Show the toolbar or not show the toolbar. And this is your toolbar. And if you're logged into your WP admin account and you look at your website, you'll see the toolbar unless you uncheck this box right here. I like to leave it checked myself. Your admin username, you can't change that. You have to actually make another admin user to have a different admin username. Your first and last name, that's your blog author name. I like to have my name in there. Display name publicly, I think we'll use Mike Simmons for that. Here's your admin email, which you can change if you want. Down at the bottom, account management, we can change our password if we want by clicking on here. So if you want to do that, of course, you can use the password that they made up for you, or you can put in your own password by typing it in there. But whichever way you do it, if you use their password especially, make sure you right-click and copy that and paste it into a text file somewhere before you change your password. Otherwise, you're going to have to go through a few steps to be able to log into your account again. I'm actually just going to cancel this. I'm not going to change our password, and I don't think we made any changes, so I don't have to update our profile. Now let's go back to the settings and just click on settings, and that will take you to the general settings tab, and you can change your site title right here. I think I'll change it to, let's see, my first WP site. Tagline, I usually just remove that. You can have a tagline if you want. Your WordPress and site address URLs, you can leave as is if you'd like, or if you prefer, this is not a mandatory thing, it's just a personal preference, but you can add 3 W's and a dot. If you do that, you need to do it to both URLs. They have to be the same. People will get to your site whether they type in the 3 W's or not. But if you like to see those 3 W's up here in the address bar, you can go ahead and add them. This, like I said, is just an aesthetic thing, a personal preference. But if you do change it, whichever version you use, that is going to be what is called your preferred URL. So if you build links from social profiles and that sort of thing, use whichever version of your URL that you have in your general settings tab. Alright, we'll scroll down. Your email address, you can change that. New user, default rules, subscriber is a good one. You can change your time zone to your correct time zone if you want. All you do is just find a city that's located in the same time zone you are. I'll just choose Los Angeles because I'm on the West Coast. It's not a mandatory thing, but you can do this if you want. And the rest of the stuff we're just going to leave alone. I'm going to click Save Changes. And what else can we do under our settings? We can hover over settings again and click on Writing. And actually, there's nothing you have to do under the writing settings. I never change anything myself. The reading settings we'll take a look at a little later. Discussion, we can click on that. This is where you can actually not allow people to post comments on your blog post if you uncheck this box like that. and then go down and click Save Changes. That'll not give them the option to post comments on your blog post if you want them not to be able to do that. And I'll click Save Changes. Right now, let's add a couple default pages to our site. Let's just click on Pages first of all. And the first thing we'll do is get rid of this sample page. So hover over it and click on Trash. And then click on the trash link right here. We'll just get rid of it permanently by clicking Delete Permanently. Now we're going to click on Add New and add a couple pages to our site. We'll add a home page. Click Publish. And we'll click Add New one more time. And we'll go ahead and add a blog page for our blog posts. You could call it News or What's New or anything you want. I'm just going to title it Blog, and I'm going to click Publish one more time. And we'll add a few more pages for our site a little bit later, but that's enough for now.